This is a probability analysis of the Asian final qualifying round, after the conclusion of matchday 9. However, with World Cup qualification and playoff spots rapidly being decided, probability only really matters for a small number of teams.
It's almost like a summary video for each group, but let's take a look.
First, let's look at the standings and points for each group.
With only one match remaining, any team more than 4 points behind can't possibly overtake the leaders.
In Group A, Iran and Uzbekistan have qualified for the World Cup, and the UAE and Qatar have secured playoff spots.
In Group B, South Korea and Jordan have qualified for the World Cup. Is it a three-way playoff between Iraq, Oman, and Palestine?
Actually, the final match is Palestine vs Oman. One of those teams won't be able to surpass Iraq, so Iraq's playoff spot is secured. Palestine and Oman will fight for the remaining spot.
Oman needs a draw or better, while Palestine needs a win to advance to the playoffs.
Next is Group C. Japan has qualified for the World Cup, and the remaining spot will be contested by Australia and Saudi Arabia.
Indonesia has secured a playoff spot. Both Australia and Saudi Arabia are also guaranteed at least a playoff spot.
Australia and Saudi Arabia, 8 points apart. Saudi Arabia needs a win by 4 or more goals to qualify for the World Cup, a truly challenging match. Let's briefly look at the win rates. This is Group A. The win rate and the inverse of the loss rate neatly align with the rankings. Next is Group B. South Korea is the only undefeated team in Asia after 9 matches.
Oman and Palestine, who will contest the playoff in the final match, have a record where Oman has won and Palestine hasn't lost.
A battle of spear and shield. Which side will prevail? Next is Group C. If Saudi Arabia wins against Australia in the final match, their win rates will be exactly equal.
For Saudi Arabia, it's a match where they want to equalize, regardless of goal difference.
Let's check the ratings. The current ratings are as shown. Note that these are different from the numbers published by the World Elo rating site. These are calculated by this channel.
The parameter settings and calculations for disappearing or merging nations differ.
Oman vs Palestine, and Australia vs Saudi Arabia, the teams vying for spots in the final match, are quite far apart in terms of rating.
I wonder what the win rates will be like.
Yes, let's take a look. First, the probability of finishing 4th or higher in Group B.
Oman has a 72% chance, and Palestine has a 28% chance.
This is the probability of Oman getting a draw or better, based on the ratings.
There's a decent chance Palestine could make the playoffs.
It's about the same probability as rolling a 2 or lower on a die. That's terrifying for Oman. Next, the probability of finishing 2nd or higher in Group C.
Wow, that's completely different.
Of course it is. Saudi Arabia needs to win by 4 or more goals. Australia is also rated higher. It's not an easy task.
But as long as it's not 0%, they have to fight for that 4-goal victory. Saudi Arabia has only scored 6 goals in 9 matches so far, a rather conservative style of football. This final match requires a super attacking style, unlike anything we've seen from them before.
From the perspective of pure footballing appeal, we're excited to see a different side to Saudi Arabia. Finally, the win rates for the final match. Let's take a look at Group A first.
While these results don't necessarily mean anything, it shows just how strong Iran and Uzbekistan are.
Next is Group B.
The focus is on Palestine and Oman. Oman is away, but they're rated higher, so they have the advantage.
Compared to Saudi Arabia earlier, Palestine is in a much better position. It'll be a tense battle for every goal, so we can expect a thrilling match.
Finally, Group C. Australia has a higher win rate to begin with.
Because it's a home game for Saudi Arabia, the probability for Saudi Arabia is higher than the rating difference would suggest. Even so, Australia still has the advantage.
On top of that, they need a 4-goal victory. It's a tough ask, but they have no choice but to attack relentlessly.
From Australia's perspective, their approach will be difficult. Do they defend, or do they attack and try to finish the game quickly? They risk being overwhelmed by defending, or being worn down by attacking. We're looking forward to seeing the manager's dilemma.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's all for this time. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and thank you.